guys, thank you for watching Natural Brown Beauties. I am Tasha T, and today I'm going to talk about some of my pregnancy surprises during this journey. I'm going to start off with finding out that I need insurance for the baby before the baby is born. I did not know that. I did not know that you have to get insurance for the baby before the baby arrives. I thought you take care of that later on, like I guess once the baby comes and if it gets sick or something. How I found out was I was at the WIC office, which stands for Women, Infant, Child Program, Children Program here in New York, and I was going through my interview process and, you know, signing up, and the lady asked me, do you have insurance for your baby? I'm thinking she's gonna ask me, what is my insurance? No, she's asking me, do you have insurance for the baby? And when I tell you, that when it replayed in my mind in slow motion over and over again, she was talking to me and all I could hear in the back of my head was, do you have insurance for the baby? And I asked her, I said, I have to get insurance for the baby before the baby comes? She said, yeah. And I'm like, you know, and she said it like, you should know that, like, or it's common sense. Like, no, if you're a first time mom, you're not gonna know, you're not gonna think about that, you know? And that's when things got real. That's when I realized, Tasha, you are having a baby. You are developing and producing and creating a life. It is no longer just a dot on the sonogram, this little tiny thing. No, this is a human being that you now will be responsible for, and your mom is not going to do it for you. You are the mother. And I, you know, after all of that, I started to develop a newfound respect for mothers. I was just like, wow, motherhood is no joke. It's just crazy because even while I was sitting there to meet with the nutritionist, it was still replaying in my head. And I'm like, okay, now when I leave here, I have to go and think about that. So it's just so many things that you have to think about that you're not aware of before pregnancy. You know, you don't, there's no step-by-step guide. There is no book. There is no one telling you before you get pregnant that this is what's going to happen while you're pregnant, and all these things that you have to do and get done before the baby comes. No one's telling you that. You learn through experience. So that was a surprise to me. That was a shock. And I did get the insurance, and the card came in a few days ago, so I'm really excited. Yes, yes, yes. And it says unborn on it, and basically when the baby comes, you just call the insurance again, tell them the baby's name, full name, and they will resend you another card and with your baby's name on it. So in case anything happens, your baby's already covered. I don't know, I guess I was thinking like, I guess the baby would just automatically be put under my insurance, and I didn't know that they would need a separate card. And I just thought that you would just call the insurance company and just let them know you're pregnant, and they would automatically do everything else. But I didn't know that the baby would need its own card. So that was eye-opening for me. Another pregnancy surprise was finding out that I need a pediatrician before the baby is born. Again, who thinks of these things? How would I know that I would need a pediatrician and look for the pediatrician before the baby is born and choose that? You know, that's why it's good to read. It's good to look at the different apps, read the books, and definitely get advice from different mothers, like recent moms. Because my mom, she don't remember anything, just half the stuff she forgot. And things change over time. So when I was talking to my aunt, and she was telling me that I need to find a pediatrician for the baby, and you know, because you definitely would like for the pediatrician to come to the hospital once the baby is born and check up on the baby, make sure the baby is okay. And I was like, oh, that's really nice, but I just had no clue that you that's something that would be offered. So I was just really like, wow, I mean, something else that I need to get done before the baby is born. And I did read that you should start looking for a pediatrician in your second trimester and third trimester. You want to go scout out different pediatricians. So it's a good thing that my 2 cousins, their mothers, and they take their babies to a really great pediatrician. So I'm going to look into that. But they always say scout them out. Ask, when you go to the pediatrician, ask them different questions to make sure that that's the right place for you and fits your needs. Make sure they take your insurance and all of that good stuff. So I just was not aware of thinking that you wait till after, when, like, you know, the baby's sick, or if, you know, I just didn't know. It's not something that crossed my mind as things to do before the baby arrives. So that was an eye-opening experience for me to figure that out. So I haven't done it yet, but I'm in the process. That's the next thing on my list. So now that the baby has the insurance card, now I can look into finding a pediatrician.